All right, so this is the program that Akursan built to compare the total cost of ownership for a number of vehicles with the F-150 Lightning. And what it does is it spits out a report like this. As you can see, it shows the cost per kilometre for each vehicle, along with the operating CO2 emissions. Now, this model factors in a lot of different data points, and I'll go through a few of them quickly. So first of all, you've got the usage profile. So currently it's set to 4 years, 200,000 Ks, an average speed of 40 Ks an hour. Now, some people may say that seems low, but you're not going 100 kilometres an hour on a mine site. And when you factor in stop-start traffic, that's a fair average speed. Also, daily idle time. This is something that fleets often overlook, but it's not uncommon for some vehicles out west to be sitting idling just to keep the aircon running and keep the passengers cool. Then you've got the energy. Obviously, you've got an input for fuel cost, also energy cost per kilowatt hour. Now, I want to show how this report can change. So currently, that's 27 cents per kilowatt hour. But it's common that a lot of energy providers are charging 8 cents per kilowatt hour for EVs. So if we put that in there and hit update, now before I hit update, if you have a quick look over here, the Lightning Pro currently is at 56 cents per kilometre, and the Hilux is at 52 cents per kilometre. We hit update. Now the Lightning has dropped below the Hilux for overall cost per kilometre. So that's a big change. Now we go emissions. This is another thing over here. Currently we've got no cost per tonne of carbon, but if you see what's happening around the world, it's a fair assumption that at some point there will be a cost for carbon. And if you're trying to be conservative, $70 a tonne is not unrealistic. We hit update there. Once again, Lightning jumps up a cent because it does have some carbon output. Obviously, if you're filling it up with electricity generated from coal, there is a little bit of carbon, but it really does impact carbon cost. Really does impact the Hilux and the Landcruiser. So now the Hilux is even more expensive than the Lightning. And the last one over here that you can muck around with is this maintenance multiplier. So some fleets service as per logbooks, but some service more often. For example, one that we just transacted with, it doesn't matter what the vehicle is, they service it at every 10,000 Ks. And you might find that a lot of vehicles, you normally service at 16,000 Ks. So that changed this multiplier here. So if we change that to, for example, 1.6 times, so that's probably a bit heavy. Let's go back a little bit. 1.4, hit update. Once again, it changes the cost of these vehicles. Yes, the Lightning steps up a little bit, but so do the others. Now, I'll just show a bit more information up here. If you go per vehicle, obviously it shows you the operating CO2 emissions, the cost per kilometre, and there's a bit more information with the maintenance. But I just want to show you here, like this model is not some amateur model. Everything's factored in: maintenance, every service, the cost for every part, and then you've got a cost breakdown on absolutely everything. Stamp duty, fuel costs, registration costs, etc., and then you're left with this big summary. So I guess the main point here is, yes, the F-150 Lightning at face value costs a lot more than a Toyota Hilux, but once you factor in fuel, maintenance, savings, it starts to be very comparable, and in some instances can work out cheaper than a Toyota Hilux.